My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire, the Ascension grind for the Ironclad. Now, yes, we did finish Ascension 16. Ascension 17 is now up. Normal enemies have more challenging movesets and abilities. I've seen a little bit of what this affects, and it frankly terrifies me. Alright, hello again now. Enemies in the S3 combats have 1 HP. I could use that to farm probably 1 elite, right? I'd have to get 2 normal combats in here before I would be able to, or before I wouldn't be farming an elite with it at all. There's actually a reasonable path after that. I'll take it. Dunk. Okay, Body Slam, Feel No Pain, Flame Barrier. I mean, I'm already being offered pretty much exclusively the defensive archetype. I believe fundamentally that the safest way to play for the Ironclad for Ascension is defensive, or something that scales ridiculously based on effectively like offering luck, right? Like a Perfected Strike build or a Searing Blow super early, that kind of thing, right? Where you can focus your strategy so solely that you can out-aggress every enemy. I think I will go for the Body Slam here, though. For what it's worth, you can't blame me. You cannot blame me for playing carefully and conservatively and maybe repeating a couple of deck archetypes in Ascension. If I was in Ascension 1, sure, my bad, right? I try and vary it up. But I am more concerned with winning right now because the modifiers are so intense. At this point, Elite spawn more often, normal enemies I didn't even breathe in at the start. Elite spawn more often, normal enemies are deadlier, elites are deadlier, bosses are deadlier, heal us after boss battles, start each run damage, normal enemies are tougher, elites are tougher, bosses are tougher, start each run cursed, fewer potion slots, upgraded cards appear less often, poor bosses rather, lower max HP, unfavorable events, shops are more costly, and normal enemies have more challenging movesets and abilities. Now the next two ones are elite enemies have more challenging movesets and abilities, and then boss enemies have more challenging movesets and abilities. And unfortunately those words don't trip off the tongue, so I don't know if there's going to be any RHAP God from now on. Remove a card, get probably the bash out of that. Here's our second combat. I think I will go with the Iron Wave. Alright, just don't give me a combat for the next couple spaces. Upgrade the Body Slam. 0 cost is huge. Don't combat. Beautiful. Alright. So we just get to straight up murder an elite turn 1. Frozen Egg, whenever you get power cards to your deck, it is upgraded. That's actually really, really, really powerful for us. We're definitely going to be taking the Coastly Armor here, by the way. It's definitely really powerful for us because there's a couple of powers that we would want to pick up that we would definitely want upgraded as soon as we pick them up. Barricade is the most obvious one, but also Metallicize. And I'm certain there are others. Whee! So, one thing I do want to say is this episode might be uploaded a couple hours after the slot it would usually be in. Now. Usually I would apologize following that. This time, this one's not my fault. I had surgery yesterday, so like, I've got an excellent reason. That's that knee injury from a couple weeks ago. I was discharged and treated as an outpatient, so I have now had the surgery, which was a knee arthroscopy with a lateral meniscus repair, and I've got a leg brace, and I got crutches, and I got strong painkillers, and everything's fine, except it did take me out of action for a day and a bit. So I built up enough of a backlog that I was covered for the day that I was under, but now I'm recording the day after. It's difficult to build too long of a backlog when, you know, my episodes are so long. Alright. I mean, if you're gonna give me an upgraded barricade already, sure. Bag of preparation at the start of each combat, draw 2 additional cards. I could even probably go for this extra elite right now. Under what circumstance could I not go for them? Were they Gremlin Knob? That would actually be really bad for me. All right, I'm going to dodge them both. I just went up against the Sentinels. Or Sentinels, if you'll want to play it that way. It's just a difference in dialect, by the way. But I did just go up against the Sentinels. So I know that the next fight won't be them. So it's a 50-50 effectively as to whether or not I get the worst case scenario of Gremlin Knob or Lagavulin instead. I'd usually go with a triple strike there, but this pretty much just guarantees my win. So what's the only thing this deck is currently lacking is the card Entrench. Second Barricade. I will take the second Ghostly Armor there, by the way. Probably... Yeah, I will upgrade both of those as well. Who's our boss here on the first floor? Slime boss. Alright. Ooh, upgrade 2 random cards. They're both defense! I mean, they're both defense. Excellent. Not a huge fan of this, but thanks to the upgraded defense, I should pretty easily just be able to out-defend my enemies. When I said pretty easily, what I meant is not easily, but I can still do it. Sure. Excellent. The idea is basically I just want to escape the kind of general power curve of the game. And in individual fights, I want to be able to escape the capability of my enemies to hit me effectively. And as you can see at the moment, they can't. We basically need like 2 turns of setup. So actually, something like a Anchor or the Red Mask, both of those would actually be quite powerful for us. Another Dex Potion, damn. No flex. This is the no flex zone. No flex zone, no flex zone. They know better, they know better. I really wanted the barricade on the first turn. Whew, okay. All right, we're gonna have to take the first hit here, unfortunately. Oh, yikes. Heal less after boss battles is now kind of terrifying me. It's fine, though. I'm probably now at the point where it's better for me to just keep defending. Because I build more than 38 defense every however many turns it takes the enemy. No, I'll just split them. I'm a full deck shuffle away from my next pickup of Body Slam. Oh my god, they're all putting ridiculous amounts of slimes in my deck. This may have actually been incorrect. It's actually more important to kill the Spike Slime here. The primary reasoning behind that is being made frail is actually affecting my damage in the same way that Weaken does, and having Frailty and Weaken at the same time is actually compounding that problem. Rather only have one. And the frontliner there was attacking for more, so that's about it. I'm burning the slimes, by the way. It probably doesn't matter this shuffle. In fact, it definitely doesn't matter this shuffle. But I was burning the slimes just so that my next shuffle I'd get to my Body Slam quicker. I'm burning them now because it doesn't matter. I'm just waiting for Body Slam. The Body Slam waiting room. So what would I take for rare cards here? Offering? Almost exclusively, frankly. Yeah, not even a pre-upgraded Dark Brace. Like, that's 1 energy to do currently nothing in my deck unless I draw it before Ascender's Bane, and then it's 1 energy, draw 1 card, which is kind of garbage. Yeah, we're gonna go with nothing now. See, if I had a single Entrench already, I would take the Busted Crown. I definitely need the extra energy, and all of these are energy offerings as well, so I'm pretty happy about that. That said, it's pretty important I get to my barricade pretty early. It's pretty important I keep getting my ghostly armors and stuff like that, so I don't really want to dilute my deck with the Mark of Pain. I think I go with Sozu here, and I'm going to maintain both of these Dex Potions. Like, Dex Potions, the best thing for me. I'm going to maintain both of them, hopefully for the final combat on the final floor. Ooh. Oh, there's a great no elite path here. And I'm going to give you a slight spoiler here for something that I know happens now that normal enemies are more challenging. The Gremlin Leader will end our run. Because the Gremlin Wizard used to take 2 turns to charge up, now only takes 1. Which is really bad. My gosh. This enemy is doing their biggest hit so commonly. I'm really mad about it. 21 is their biggest hit, by the way. It's 18 in normal mode, but it's 3 more powerful here. And the fact that they keep making me frail and then keep doing that hit is just so frustrating. Thankfully, both of my ghostly armors are leveled up, so it's not too bad for me. I'm actually kind of managing to go toe-to-toe with it right now. Okay, we're no longer frail. Cool. And we're covered. Beauty. I would really actually... How true is it? Yeah, it is. I would go kind of mad for a Metallicize at this point. Considering how long our fights are going to go, it's just going to be excellent. Bit late, Perfected Strike. If I had a medkit, I would take power through, but the problem is the fights go so long, and because I only have a single barricade and a single body slam right now, it's pretty important that I keep my deck relatively thin so that I can draw them when I need them. So it's not like I can make a thick enough deck to, you know, dismiss the negative of adding 2 wounds to my hand. Now, there is a problem here in that if I pick this up, or rather, if I had Evolve in my deck, I would take Power Through. And if I had Power Through my deck, I would take Evolve. But I wouldn't take either of them without already having the other. So when do I take them? I would argue that it's more important to take Evolve first. Because I shuffle through my deck super commonly, and I will get hands that are just garbage. I don't want Jaxed. We're not a strength deck. This is just going to be a card removal right here. I would have loved Calipers if I didn't already have Body Slam. Barricade. Demon Form is interesting because our deck wants to stall, and Demon Form benefits by stalling, right? The problem that it has is it demands that I have basically 1 full turn where I do nothing. And we don't really have that. Dual wield, were the deck a little thinner or had more body slams in it, would actually be reasonable. I would dual wield body slam quite oft. That said, I'm just going to be removing a single strike here. You'll also notice that the removal there actually costs 75. The card removal price increase from Ascension 16 has been removed. Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand goes 0 for the rest of the turn. Oh my gosh. We definitely want Metallicized now. There's no 2 ways about that one. Holy cow. We're never going to get Barricade up and get a full kind of work from it, so... Yeah, just get out of here, bud. There's nothing I can do to you. Yeah, enjoy the money. Take no strength potion. Do I take an unupgraded body slam? See, there's a couple times where I actually will need multiple body slams. Now, I'm talking about AoE fights, which this deck has currently no way of dealing with. Fights with reproducible enemies, so things like the Darklings on the 3rd floor. Gremlin Leader, obviously. The Reptomancer. Gosh. And fights like that are definitely going to require a second body slam at the very least, if not a third. I'm going to get the second upgrade it. I only just picked it up there because I realized that we had an upgrade in the next space. Now, I could take Apparition here, and it actually wouldn't be bad. So Apparition, for me, would basically just buy me 5 turns. And those 5 turns are used to set up my you can never damage me again kind of sitch. I think I do it. I think, while it might be boring, I think it guarantees that I win. I actually fundamentally don't believe there's a way that I can lose this anymore. Ginger, you can no longer become weakened. Upgrade the other defend. We can now even start resting for HP as well. If I fight you, as long as you're not the Gremlin Leader, I'm fine. Uh-huh. That's okay. I've got 5 apparitions in my deck. I'm definitely going to draw one next turn. Oh my gosh, it was only 1 as well. Yikes. 7 and 6 is not enough damage to take out the sneaky gremlin. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh my god, +4 strength. You're a normal enemy. Why are you already... It's giving me the effect of elites are more powerful without having the modifier on. That's the next level's modifier. Alright, I'm still immune next turn, so this Gremlin Wizard does nothing. The Fat Gremlin's actually a little bit annoying, though, because it will be weakening me, which is a wee bit frustrating. Okay. Got him. I wouldn't have done that without the apparitions. That's why I was capable of going for an elite there. Shuriken, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. Brutality. Now, Brutality will actually be innate in my opening hand, right? I play it. It makes something else cost 0 as a result of the modified hand, so it's actually energy manipulation in a little bit of fashion. And I might need that in my opening hand as well, because my opening hand has 7 cards, and I have 4 mana. So unless I get both Body Slams and 4 1-cost cards and an Ascender's Bane, I can't always afford my opening hand. The problem with Brutality is our deck is slow, so we will be taking a lot of HP loss to it. Are we typically like a 6? Like, if we finish the fight in fewer than 6 turns, then we can heal it back up with the Burning Blood. Do we do that reliably? Yes. We'll be taking Brutality here. Don't have jacks for you. I'm going to go to this store primarily just so I don't have to go to another fight. It could have Entrench on sale as well. Yeah. It doesn't. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Hey, we even got a strength down a bit. How dare you make me frail. Alright. Basically, the apparitions are my turn timers, right? I've got 5 apparitions. I've got 6 turns until I'm making a net loss of HP per fight. I don't think I doomed myself with that pickup. But I might not have helped myself as much as I thought I did. Third body slam is a lot. That said, I am drawing an extra card every turn now. Alright, that's... Other than Entrench, that's probably the final pickup for this deck. Thankfully, we actually get a starting turn here. Oh my gosh. Getting the Barricade in the opening hand is pretty insane. But yeah, thankfully, we get a setup turn here, so we get to set up our powers in the first turn, and then we can kind of start defending. This would be so much better with a single Entrench. Double Entrench, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it would be insane. Double defend there. Should still have 2 apparitions left in the deck. Single apparition, okay. Alright, so that's the debuff. We're weakened, frail, and vulnerable, but we can't be weakened because of the ginger. Uh-huh. At this point, we probably just go backline. Something like that. Dark Embrace is now a little more interesting because Dark Embrace is... So it's 0 cost now, right? Why is it 0 cost? Because it will reduce something else's cost when I play it. As long as I have something to exhaust, and considering I now have 5 cards that exhaust when I play them, the Dark Embrace is good. I would take White Beast Statue, but we have Sozu. I could take Black Star Elite, but I really don't want to test myself. Like, if I go... For example, I now need to play around the worst case scenarios every single time. If I go into the next floor, I happen to go for an Elite. The Elite happens to be the Nemesis. The Nemesis happens to always be intangible on the turns where I have my Body Slam, and then I just have a deck full of burns and I get killed, right? Or I go up against the Orb Walkers. The Orb Walkers scale much faster than this deck does, and they'll destroy me. I'm not going to be Elite hunting next floor. I really can't afford to try it. So instead, I'm going to be going for the Tiny House. It is a potion that we won't get to keep. It's 50 gold. It's 5 max HP, which actually could be pretty important. Obtain 1 card and upgrade 1 random card. Depending on the card choices as well, it could be important. Corruption. Obviously not. Like, sure, I could corrupt and go through my entire deck. But if that's not enough to kill, then I just have Body Slams and 4 strikes. Oh, and a 9 wave. We're not going to take another Body Slam. I told you before that's not happening. I could take the attack potion, but then Sozu eats it. Dono and Decker. Dono and Decker are going to be a problem. Now, Dono and Decker are a little less of a problem concerning the fact that I have the Dark Embrace, so I'll actually be able to cycle through my deck. Does that work? A Dazed that exhausts at the end of my turn, draws cards. Has my turn ended before or after the Dazed? Will I discard the new cards? I believe I actually discard the new cards. That could be a problem. There is also no path with no elites. There's a path with 1 elite. I have to go for it. Giant Head is obviously the elite I would most like to see. Okay, so something ethereal that exhausts at the end of my turn is actually still going to allow me to draw. Beautiful. Or rather, will draw into my new hand. Feel No Pain is actually excellent. Now, Feel No Pain is excellent because the Dazeds that get put into our deck from Dono and Decker will just serve to heal us. And it's also energy neutral. These all have to go on the back line, and then I body slam the main. Okay. You summoned 2? Ugh. You summoned 2. I now have to just go for the Reptomancer. I don't have enough attacks in my deck to deal with this. Whoa. Well, this now means that... What does this mean? This means that vulnerability... no, not vulnerability. It means that AoE is way more important than pretty much ever before. Yikes. Thankfully, I have these apparitions. I would probably be dead here without them. Still got 2 body slams left in my deck. Yeah, we've got kill. Yeah, I'd be dead without the apparitions. This run has gone extraordinarily well. If we do manage to get into the final fight, play both of those Dex potions, we win. That's it. Can I take this fight? The Exploder also explodes in fewer turns now that normal enemies have more challenging movesets and abilities, but it'll explode against my Apparition. Almost certainly. Brutality, Dark Embrace, Apparition for the card draw. Barricade, defend, defend, defend. Oh, baby. I'm on the line with the shop rather than with more question marks because there's a couple of question marks on this floor that I would actually like to avoid. 1 second. Actually do need to kill that repulsor. But there's a couple question marks on this floor that I would like to avoid because the events aren't particularly great. But more so than that, there is the possibility of a shop containing gambling ship at the start of each combat. Discard any number of cards and draw that many. That's insane. We get our opening hand to be all of our powers. It could have Anchor or it could have Entrench. That's why I'm going here, by the way. There's the Evolve. Can I do it? I'm gonna take it. I don't believe this is necessarily correct to do. I'm also going to remove the strike. That is correct to do. If it was possible, I would take the Farina bottle right now. But again, I can't. I have Sozu. Yeah. Wow. That's a really bad opening hand. I was looking for Barricade, if you were wondering. Okay. 2 apparitions left in the deck. Drawing per apparition played now. Seriously, all it takes is a single Entrench. And then nothing can happen to us. 1, 2. And body slams in the next hand. Beautiful. This is why I had multiple body slams. Decks, enemies like this. Entropic Brew, god, that would be good. Would it? No, I only have 2 potion slots. It wouldn't even be that good. Okay, thanks to the apparitions, we have a chance here. Like, that's an opening turn. We haven't even drawn any of the burns yet. The Evolve is in our deck. Oh my gosh. We don't have Barricade up yet. Oh, no. Oh, this is a really late Barricade for me. I have to play both the apparitions, unfortunately. So there goes Ghostly Armor. Okay, yeah, there's all the burns. I was expecting you. It's more important to defend. Yeah, especially considering I now know that the rest of my deck, I'm going to draw 6 this turn at the very least. No, I've got the burns, of course. The rest of my deck is basically just body slams. Yeah. Mango! Yeah! Okay, max HP is exactly what I needed right now. Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 14. No, none of that. I'm not going to go for another elite. It's too possible that it's Nemesis. Hey, more. In the midnight hour, she cried more, more, more. Wow. All right. It's settled then. I'll defend until the end of days. Feel no pain, evil. Dark Embrace literally on the bottom of my deck? Yup. Just in case you've got a wonder. That is the funny way I say wondering. Yeah, it was. You can see that, like, a single entrench would just... I'm not going to be able to get off that point. Like, one entrench transforms this deck. And then turns like this wouldn't terrify me. We were one turn away from, like, absolute ending there. I'm not going to take Shockwave. As much as I'd like to weaken enemies, there's 2 artifacting on these, and I have nothing else. So, you know, Shockwave's a dead card in the last fight. The last fight's the only one I really care about right now. I mean, as far as opening turns go... Near buds. Near buds. Okay. And we're covered. I'm just gonna give him the business. There we go. Power through. No. I mean, damn. That was said under my breath. That means it's not on the channel. Please, YouTube, do not demonetize. The problem here is if I do continue to cycle through my deck, like, Evolve is going to draw me extra cards off of Dazed, but if it also draws extra cards off of Wounds, eventually I'm going to have, like, how many times do I have to play this before oftentimes my hand will mostly be Wounds? 4 times. Because look at my deck. Burn, 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 burn. None of them are played again, right? So that is a total of 11 cards in my deck. So my in-play deck is actually 13 cards, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, if those aren't ethereal and burnt, right? 12, 13, right? So my in-play deck is 13 cards. Every time I add 2 wounds to that, it's a significant percentage of my deck. And I get to that quite often. The brutality is actually giving me 6 cards a turn, so it's basically 2 cards to draw through my 2 turns to draw through my entire deck. I don't think I can play power through. Red Skull, if your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. It's fine. Oh, that realization's actually... Oh, no. Not on my watch, mister. Seriously, I just had it fixed. Oh, never mind. The apparitions mean I'm actually... this enemy is now actually incapable of killing me. They've got 5 turns to live, and I have 5 turns of invulnerability. Oh, there goes my ghostly armor. That said, if only we had something like an entrench, we would be able to win this fight and reclaim our pride. After what was objectively an abysmal display last time we fought you. Yeah, not too far from winning. Nope. Oh, you mean I'll take the storage potion? See, like, nothing. Actually gonna go all of those. Not what I wanted. I was basically just mulliganing to try and get to my barricade. That's okay, though. There goes one of my ghostly armors because I played my turn too quickly. Yep, we're done. Gosh, this was a really, really lucky deck. Kind of saddened that I had it for, you know, this rather than having it for, I don't know. Hang on, is there anything I actually still need to upgrade in this deck? Let's literally hit the Smith screen and check. No. I can rest, but it does nothing. I can upgrade. The only thing that actually matters is the upgraded strikes, because I play all the apparitions on pickup. Metallicize. Bowl. Metallicize. Bowl. Metallicize and finesse. Sorry, Bowl. Also, the Strange Spoon actually wouldn't have been a bad pickup because it shuffles the apparitions back into my deck. God, that was actually probably correct as well. Oh, no. Oh, I hope I don't pay for that. Oh, don't you. Lose an upgraded strike shot. Then here we'll upgrade the finesse. It's the only thing that's going to make a difference. All right. I just want to set up my powers. Yep. It's fine. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Oh my god, it's upgraded as well! That's the worst case scenario is I have 0 energy when I draw an apparition from exhausting something else, and it was mitigated because it was already upgraded. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. Thump 'em. We perfected the second boss. If we... Wow, we were not far from perfecting every boss. I should have played the finesse there, but you know. Oh, it did matter. I could have drawn and played Body Slam that turn. Okay, never mind. My bad. I was wrong. Not that it made a difference. Yeah, we could have had the Beyond Perfect. And all that without an entrench. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time.